It's time for the final review of 2021, and in this video today we are going to try out the headliners Felipe Anderson, who is the brand new objective reward. And to be fair to EA, this on paper at least looks like a very good objective item. Now to get this guy, you are going to have to score from outside of the box. You're going to have to assist 5 goals with a through ball with players from 4-star weak foot, win 4 games, and in total you're going to have to play a minimum of 10, and in each of those 10 you're going to have to score a finesse goal. Honestly, it's not a hard card to unlock. It really isn't. It might take you a little bit of time. It took me about an hour, but yeah, it's not difficult. A lot of people do seem to quit at 1-0 as well, which obviously helps out a lot with the speed of the unlock. If you need some coins to improve your ultimate team, the cheapest place to get them is at IG Vault, and there is a link in the description. And if you use the code Kieron at checkout, you'll get yourself an even bigger discount off your order. So this is the team. We're going to use him in nice little Serie A side. 4-star on this guy. Good to see, as is the finesse shot trait, which, as I say every time, is very useful this year. And then in regards to in-game stats, obviously very good pace, really good dribbling in terms of agility and ball control. Reactions are a little bit off at 83, but the rest of them dribbling stats are really nice. Passing also looks good. He looks like he could do a job as a cam, and even his shooting is definitely notable. Like, shot power and long shots are pretty insane. Finishing at 80 isn't too great, but for a winger, to be fair, that actually isn't that bad. And since, you know, he's got some good shooting stats and high composure, he could also do a really good job as a left forward. So yeah, you can definitely get some utility value out of this guy in attack, it seems. Couple of things to note though. 83 interceptions, that's pretty high for an attacking player, isn't it? So that's, you know, pretty interesting. Also physically, nice to see some aggression of 83, but the stamina of 80 isn't particularly ideal for a pacey winger, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. In regards to a chem style, you do have quite a few options with this guy, and you can actually get some very good in-game ratings with him. Overall, I think the best chem style is probably going to be marksman, if you don't mind, you know, not boosting the pace, because that makes his shooting pretty incredible, especially that +10 in finishing. It also brings up that reaction rating, gives him 99 ball control and dribbling, and gives him a +10 in strength. But if you do want the pace boost, then maybe go for something like Hawk. But it is also one of them cards where, if I'm being honest, basic also is not a bad option for him at all. On debut, Anderson is up against this very nice team featuring that Morales, who I think is absolutely outstanding. Also, he's got Guendouzi, who is just a menace to play against. Finds Anderson, cuts inside nicely. Oh, I was about to release that through ball. It's a good through ball in the end. Oh, the shot. I mean, the idea was nice, and it would have been a banging goal, but just wasn't to be. Oh, from distance. Oh, I thought with the way the keeper was moving there that was flying in. Messias puts the ball through. Felipe Anderson in a lot of open space here. Is he onside? Oh, he was onside. It's a good ball, and it's a good chance for Candreva to make it 1-0. There's a chance. Messias goes along with the through ball. Felipe Anderson will get to it. It'll be a left-footed cross into the box. What a cross, by the way. And we are very unfortunate there not to make it 2-0. That's one of the worst goals I've ever scored in the whole FIFA. Like, seriously. Like, what a horrible goal we've just scored. But it is what it is. 2-0 victory. We will take that every day of the week. Next outing for us, and plenty of icons on display. He's also got one of the brand new headliners too, in the form of Simeone. Ball out wide to the Brazilian, who does well to cut inside as well. And the shot just lacked a bit of power there. A bit of play here. Nice through ball. Finds Marko Arnautovic, who goes for the dink. Oh, what a goal from Arnautovic. I mean, I know this video is about Felipe Anderson, but can we just appreciate that chip? Right over the keeper. Nice. Good bit of link up here. Once more, we have Anderson in some space, who just gets absolutely wiped out by Varane there. There's a chance. As Messias puts the ball down the line. Felipe Anderson, what we're going to do here? We're going to cut inside. We're going to hit the finesse. Oh, it was a nice finesse, but just a bit too much on it. Okay, so far, not so good. We are going to make some changes for the second half. We're going to put Felipe Anderson a bit more central, just so we can get him on the ball a bit more. But yeah, just got to be a lot better in the second half, a lot more clinical, and we can definitely get back into this. Chance to break now. Good play, the whole attack involved. Anderson, left-footed strike, finds the back of the net. Good finish that. I was a bit worried that was going to go wide, but yeah, tidy finish, brings us right back into it just after half-time. Yes. Into the path. Felipe Anderson, who goes for it from distance, and that's a great goal. That's a beautiful finesse over the keeper. Nice. Pass there into Marko. Can he get around his man? He can, and there's another assist. Game on. From distance. Oh, it's gone in. What a way to equalise. What was the opponent's goalkeeper doing? Okay. I mean, we'll take that. We've just come back from a ridiculous scoreline, and it's now 5-all. There's a chance to break now from the corner. Puts the ball through for El Shaarawy. Big, big chance. And we take it as well. Big, big goal. And unfortunately, we lose the game on penalties, which... it sucks. We did so well to come back in that game, but yeah, some poor defensive mistakes really did cost us. But I've got to say, Anderson did really well in them 90 minutes, and obviously the last minute goal was, you know, pretty sublime. Alright then, few games out the way with the headliners Felipe Anderson. What are my thoughts on this item? I think for a freebie, very good, and definitely is one of the best objective cards that we've had all year in this year's Ultimate Team. Like, he is very usable, and I do get the feeling that, you know, a lot of people are going to have a lot of fun with this card, especially those who obviously run with Serie A squads. And I'm just going to pull up the other left wing options in the Serie A right now. So, now that I've got them there, they are ready for the comparison later on. But for now, let's break down, obviously, his in-game stats. I'm going to say this straight away. Didn't feel maybe as quick as I thought he would. I mean, there's no doubt, like, he does have pace. He's not slow by any means, but didn't quite feel as quick as I did expect him to. But his shooting, I thought, was quite good, especially from distance. He's definitely a threat from distance, and his finesse shots are very nice. As soon as you get hang of them, as soon as you time them well, they are flying in with this guy. So as long as you're good at them, you're going to have fun with this card. But for me, one of the best things about him was actually his passing, his distribution, and his deliveries into the box. Got plenty of assists for me and created some really good chances as well. And if my finishing was a bit better today, he'd have had even more assists on his record, because yeah, he created a lot of chances no matter what position he was in as well, whether it was on the wing or centrally. He was obviously linking up very well with the players around him and creating some really nice chances. The dribbling, like, no surprise, does feel quite good. Maybe not as quite reactive as I expected it to, like, in comparison to other wingers, but still very good dribbling with this guy. And with him having that 4-star, obviously you can make use of that with skill moves too. Finally, physically, it's a bit hit and miss. Obviously the stamina is an issue, and we saw that late in 2 games, but we knew that coming into this. So if you're going into extra time, definitely do advise subbing this guy off. I definitely would have in that previous game if obviously I wasn't doing a video on him, but because obviously I'm reviewing him, I couldn't really take him off. But yeah, stamina not the best, especially for a pacey player. Strength also didn't feel anything too special, but I liked his aggression, I liked his fight for the ball, and he did alright against fullbacks. Obviously the top tier centre backs are going to bully him just because they've got so much strength and aggression, but as long as you can avoid those kind of players, you'll be absolutely fine. Luckily he does have, you know, obviously some good dribbling in his arsenal to aid you in avoiding those would-be defenders. The final thing we have to talk about is this guy's positioning. For me, it was just a little bit inconsistent. He was either making the perfect run in the right area, or he wasn't there at all, and that was just a little bit frustrating. There was also some attacks where I felt, you know, I had to force him to get involved, which was a bit of a shame. But other than that, when you get this guy into good areas, he is going to cause, you know, trouble for the opposition. As I say, I do think he has a pretty good output. So, straight away, is he worth completing? Obviously, it's an 87 rated card that has potential to get even better, and it's an easy unlock. So 100% worth the unlock, whether you're going to use him or not, because, yeah, SBC food if you obviously don't find a use for him. But, yeah, I feel like, you know, Felipe Anderson's the kind of player who will get some more special cards this year, so this card should, in theory, get boosted, and when it does get better, obviously, you know, you've got a much nicer item in your club. And to be fair, like, 1 or 2 upgrades on this card, and it really could become, you know, a top level winger. He's just missing a few, like, stats here and there. I'd like better positioning, and I'd obviously like some better physicals, and I think just that alone would make him a much better card. Also some better reactions, and you're good to go. So the card does have potential, as I say, with the live boost. In terms of Serie A wingers, who would I use him over? I think all of them for the most part, But I will say this, I wasn't big on numbers up Insigne. I know a lot of people like really big on him. I've gone off him lately, so I personally would use this Anderson over all the other Serie A wing options, but I can understand why some people still might prefer Insigne. Insigne still does have better dribbling, might I add, but yeah, Anderson's got the better output in my opinion. Anyway guys, those are my thoughts on the 87 rated headliners. Felipe Anderson hopefully gets a bunch of boosts this year, and hopefully we end FIFA 22 with this card, you know, having maybe a 90 rating. That'd be quite nice, wouldn't it? But we'll see what happens. Anyway, obviously it's the final video of the year, so I want to wish you all a happy new year, and I'll see you all in 2022. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.